My name is Greg Hoffman, and this is Affiliate Voices, a new series by the Apogee team to interview people in the affiliate industry. And today we are interviewing our very good friend, Wade Tonkin. Hello, Wade.
How you doing, Greg?
Doing great.
Daniel?
Hey.
So, Wade, tell us who you are and what do you do?
Wade Tonkin. I'm the affiliate manager at Fanatics, which means I run a team of people who run about 30-something affiliate programs, all of them tied into licensed sports products. And yeah, it's crazy. We're actually looking to add one more person right now. So hopefully I'll have another person on my team here by the end of the week.
I'm applying.
A little late in the process, man. You're slacking.
I'm out.
You're not allowed to apply.
Why not?
Because I need you on my team.
Greg, Wade, what do you pay?
Well, have to take that one offline.
All right, Wade, talk about your biggest program.
Biggest program is probably Fanatics.com right now. It kind of flops back and forth between Fanatics and NFL Shop. But both big time programs. Both spent a lot of time in December in the shares held top 100. Fanatics was number one for quite a while, so I was pretty happy to see that happen again this year. But Fanatics is kind of a one-stop shop for anything licensed sports related, and NFL Shop, of course, is focused on NFL product.
Okay, what was your first experience in affiliate marketing?
First experience in affiliate marketing was back in 1999. I got hired by a buddy of mine who I went to high school with. His dad ran a gardening company and set up an e-commerce site called eterra.com. And they were kind of, it's funny, if you read the business model now, it kind of makes sense. But at the time, it was one of those things that you kind of shook your head at. They were doing both an e-commerce site and providing e-commerce sites for, they're white labeled for garden centers. So if somebody at a local garden store didn't have a product, they could send somebody to their co-branded store, order it from us, and we would fulfill it. And my first task there was to figure out what affiliate marketing was, pick a vendor, and launch the damn thing. So it was kind of, landing with the pants on fire and ready to go and trying to figure out what the hell was going on. But it was kind of a fun entry into the business.
I've known you for more than 10 years and I've never heard that story.
You've never heard that one. Crazy. But yeah, that's how I got in. Initially, the network options were a little different at that point. LinkShare, now Rakuten was around, and we actually ended up going with them over CJ, and did that for about a year and a half until the .com money ran out. It's always fun when you get a message from your affiliates saying, "Hey, we haven't been paid for 6 months. What's up with that? Do you have any plans on paying us?" And went back to the boss and said, "What's going on?" He's like, "Out of money." Oh, okay. Guess I should make some plans.
That never happens anymore.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all.
See that in the industry
never happened when I was doing the agency thing either. It's seriously. Oh, by the way, not paying the affiliates, not paying you.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Right.
You can keep running this for free, right? No, no, that's not the way it works. But yeah, so it was a fun entry. It was playing on a big network and working with some big affiliates. It was pretty interesting business, and had a good time with it. Learned a lot, and then went into consulting from there.
So you do have some history with the Cowabunga Network. We're both alum. So talk about your time with Cowabunga.
Actually, kind of ran into those guys. I'd been consulting for, I think, about 6 months and was looking for good infrastructure tools to put programs on that I was working with. I was working with a greenhouse client back in my hometown of Mount Vernon, Washington, and came across my affiliate program from Cowabunga and started messing with it. It was definitely, if you look, compare it to the tools that we use now, it doesn't look like it was all that ready for prime time, but it was pretty good standalone option at that point. And just over the course of bumping into people online, I ran into the affiliate goddess. She was getting ready to pitch Todd from Cowabunga on putting together like a managed services group, and kind of pitched her and I to go do that, and Team Affiliate was born. So first thing I did with Cowabunga was go on the affiliate force cruise with them. I was doing my own thing. Tough, times were pretty tough at that point. So I asked Todd if he would, get me down and put me on that cruise. And he said, "I'll pay for your cruise, but I can't pay for your flight." I'm like, "Well, I can't pay for my flight, but if you get me there, I'll make it worth your while." And so he got me there. I think we ended up selling about 8 clients on that cruise for team affiliate services, and so I got myself some gigs right off the bat, which is extremely helpful. But it was crazy times then. I mean, I think there's like 250 of us on that thing, and now you go to Affiliate Summit, there's 6,000. So but a lot of the same people. I mean, it's kind of fun to see a lot of the people that I met on the cruise that are still around.
So there's a question I've got actually. Especially that I want to ask on all these affiliate voices things that we do. I want to ask this of people that have been around a long time like you have. What kind of changes do you want to see in the industry? Because you've got perspective from being around a long time that a lot of newcomers don't have perhaps. So what kind of changes do you think we need in the industry?
I'm still working on, kind of more transparency on both sides. I'd still love to see, from the networks that we both work with, I'd love to see more transparency from ShareASale in terms of affiliate information that comes back to us. I'd like to continue to see more options for offline tracking, because a lot of the stuff that, that we're starting to do now, we're starting to do a lot more with, or looking to do a lot more with podcasters and fundraising groups and things like that. So tools like, coupon code tracking, tools like, the storefronts and things like that, I think have a lot of potential to grow, more. And even with people doing, offline promotion, sending out, mail and stuff like that, I think there's more ways that we can, work on getting the non-traditional affiliates into the mix. Because I mean, I know we talk about this stuff all the time, but there's definitely more to life than coupon sites and loyalty. And it's a lot of fun working with the non-traditional guys, and especially, kind of more on the fundraising side, and on working with bloggers and social media people that are working on passion projects. And that's, kind of the thing that really makes my job fun at Fanatics. Is I'm a sports guy. Greg's a sports fan, big Cubs guy. So, last year, or the year before last, when the Cubs won the World Series, we were able to make a ton of money for some Cubs bloggers that had, some that had been doing it for a long time and had never really monetized heavily, and some that were just getting their stuff started, and we were able to help them be profitable in the first year. We had the same experience with Clemson when Clemson University won the national championship for college football, where we had an affiliate make $60,000 in commissions in the month of January. And that's like world-changing money. And so it's really fun to be able to work with guys like that, teach them, kind of how to do stuff that's really kind of grassroots, and it is not your traditional, just slap up a banner and hope for the best, but actually to really engage your audience, and to really work that kind of, hey, if you like what we do, here's a way you can support us. Shop through my link at Fanatics, or getting into sharing a lot of product. Working your links into the context of your articles and your social media posts and stuff like that. So we've been able to see people, do some really cool things, and make some life-changing money, promoting our programs. And there's nothing more fun than that.
So that kind of leads into the next question, which would be, if you could give one solid tip for how to make money, what would it be?
It's about the content, stupid. I still am baffled by how many people we get applications. I review all the applications that come in here. I don't know who does that on your team, but probably you, Greg, right?
Yeah.
I'm just a control freak, and it's kind of fun because Joe messes with me sometimes, because every once in a while I'll slip up, and he loves calling me out for letting somebody stupid in. But how many people still are applying for programs saying, "Oh, my plan is to put banners on my site"? It's like, well, decline. In a lot of cases, if there's not some kind of crazy good content there that's going to engage the audience, I mean, they're wasting everybody's time. So you really have to find a way to work your affiliate linking around your content, and do it in a way that's transparent, a way that's organic, and a way that makes sense. And so right now for us, I mean, we're getting ready to get into a couple big seasons. Baseball season is just a few weeks away. The spring training games start up in a couple days. So for me, I would be, if I had a baseball site, I'd be previewing spring training, calling out gear for some of the top players, maybe calling out some of the spring training gear, doing the stuff that's topical for that time of year. Maybe if you're writing your spring training preview, work a couple product links in there, use the bookmarklet from ShareASale to create the links for that. Pretty badass tool. Promote your articles on your social media channels. Work everything together. Don't just think of it as, oh, I'm just going to write a blog post. Well, write a blog post, but promote it on your social media channels. And really make it about fitting the promotion in with your content. Because I think that people are anymore. I've been working online for 20 plus years now, and you guys are pretty much in the same boat. I don't pay that much attention to a banner ad. On the sidebars, banner ads are probably getting filtered anyway.
Yeah.
If people are on mobile, or if they've got ad block on Safari or anything like that. So your chances of getting much out of stuff that you put on the sidebar are pretty slim unless you've got some kind of ridiculous promotional banner. But if you're going to use banners, work them into the content of the article. I focus on product links, because I think if you can actually show somebody a product that's curated to the article, I think there's a lot better chance they're going to engage with that and come back and shop. And whether they buy that product or not, at least you got them back, because in the end, you want to get that person coming back to my site to be shopping. So keep your product promotions around your content, and don't worry so much about slapping banner ads up. For me, I would be happy if we didn't have to put banners up for affiliates to use, because I think that the tools in the affiliate networks anymore are getting pretty good to the point where there's not really a whole lot of need for it, but there's still, people still expect it, so we kind of still have to do it. And to me, I think it's kind of a waste of resources sometimes.
What I would love to see is the merchants to put up a collection of product images and a couple of logos, and say, if you want banners, go make them. And
it can get a little tricky with branding.
The end result would be basically the same,
Right. It could get a little tricky with branding, just because some brands like to have control of how their stuff is shown. But at the same time, I think there's ways the networks could facilitate that.
Well, yeah, but you make a good point. You want to have control over the way your stuff is shown. But if you're providing the images and the logo, and you're just saying, go put them together in whatever size you need to fit your site, that's basically the same end result. Right? You're Absolutely. Not saying go pull your own images from whatever sources you want. You're saying use these images, put the logo on it, and resize it to fit your site.
I see both of you have a point, and Daniel, you're right. I think that's a good idea, but Wade also has to report to the NFL. And,
True.
And so, they're going to come down on him if someone doesn't do it the right way.
Yeah, I'd like to get minimal numbers of emails from Roger Goodell asking me what the hell's going on. And we've got some quality stories about that if you want to jump into it.
All right, so baseball season's coming up. What's the hot new jersey? Who switched teams that's going to have the best selling jersey this year?
Yu Darvish with the Chicago Cubs is selling pretty good right now. Giancarlo Stanton with the Yankees is doing exceptionally well. Ohtani from going to the Angels, the Japanese pitcher / everyday fielder, is doing really well too. So there's a bunch of cool options out there. And this year, I think for baseball is looking really exciting, because we've got some real powerhouse teams that are looking like they're going to be in the mix. The Dodgers and the Yankees and Chicago Cubs are in the mix there. And I think it's going to be a heck of a sales opportunity. I don't see a lot of teams sneaking up on that group. The Astros were a powerhouse last year, and they actually that was another one of those examples of a city that needed something to go well after Houston had the hurricane come through. It was something that the city was really able to rally around, kind of like the Yankees were able to do back in 2011, back with 9/11 and the World Series. Sometimes timing in culture just works out to make some big things happen, and the Houston Astros were able to come through and drive some huge sales. And we actually were able to work some big media partners on that one, which is a lot of fun. We saw some of our best execution from a big media partner with the Houston Chronicle, with Astros gear, and the Chicago Tribune works with us as well. And we had fun with them for the Cubs.
That's good. All right. So what shows are coming up for you this year?
Next up for us is probably going to be Share Sell Think Tank. That's always a good one. We always look forward to that one. It's going to be a little different this year. It's going to be interesting seeing kind of how things work in the post-Brian world. So, interesting seeing, kind of how the Share Sell brand evolves a bit, and how, working with them evolves. I know that you guys had some pretty extensive talks with them at Affiliate Summit as well, on kind of what the future looks like. And I think there's some pretty exciting opportunities as, some of the talented folks they have on the team there are given the chance to kind of run with some different areas of the business, where in the past, I think, I know that for me, we used to do a lot of things directly through Brian, and I'm not sure if that bottlenecked us or helped us, or, in the end, we got a lot of stuff that we wanted, but at the same time, anytime you're running everything through the top guy, you can kind of I think it kind of creates some problems, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see, kind of what they do next and how their integration with AWIN progresses in terms of opening up some international opportunities. So that's going to be a really good one. We're still tossing around Affiliate Summit. We might drop in there and for meetings and maybe do some speaking stuff, but I think we're looking to do some more kind of more niche focused blog shows and things like that, because I think it's we maybe even do one of our own events.
All right, we are close to 15 minutes, so we're going to keep this short. How can affiliates reach you if they want to join your programs or if they want to talk to you personally?
Sure, you can find all the programs for Fanatics and for all the league stores and team stores that we run on ShareSale. You can get me, Tonkin at fanatics.com. If you have any questions, or get me, actually my Twitter and stuff is too complicated to try to explain, so we'll just leave it at that. Just drop me an email.
All right, sounds good. Now, we want everybody to subscribe to this channel. Click the notifications so you can get updates for the next Affiliate Voices. I remembered what it was called, Daniel.
Very good.
Points are great for that.
Okay. Wade, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
This is the part on late night when they roll the credits and you still see them talking, but you can't hear them. And they're all congratulating each other, leaning in for hugs and kisses and shaking hands. And you're always wondering what they're talking about. Well, now you know they're talking about nothing.
Absolutely.
Right? Like we are right now.